Maya hadn't planned on staying so late at the school art fair. She'd only promised Alina 30 minutes, just enough time to admire her glittery poster, grab a cup of free lemonade, and leave before the after-work crowd filled the hall. But children, once given paper, markers, and a table full of stickers, had no concept of time. And mothers, especially single ones trying to give their kids a tiny slice of normal childhood, rarely said no. By the time she managed to guide Alina toward the exit, the sky outside had already softened into a watercolor orange. The parking lot lights flickered on, humming quietly in the evening air. Most parents had already driven off, their car doors closing with the relieved exhaustion Maya felt every time she completed another day without dropping anything important. Alina skipped ahead, swinging her small glitter-coated art bag. "Mommy, I want to show Nana my sunshine painting." "You can," Maya replied, smiling though her eyes were tired. "And don't run too fast, sweetheart. The ground's uneven." Behind them, volunteers were folding tables and stacking cartons of craft supplies. Maya caught a glimpse of one of them, tall, sleeves rolled up, brown hair a little messy from running his hands through it too many times. He was laughing with one of the other volunteers as he tried to shove a giant box of paintbrushes into a much smaller storage bin. Lucas. The new guy who had started volunteering at the community center only a month ago. He was one of those people who seemed to make everything around him lighter without trying. The kids liked him. The older volunteers adored him. Even the stressed-out parents found themselves smiling back when he greeted them. But Maya had carefully kept her distance. Friendly smiles were one thing. Conversations deeper than, "How was the event?" were another. She avoided those. Especially with people like him. "Mommy, look." Alina tugged her hand, breaking her thoughts. "Mr. Lucas is waving again." Maya looked up reluctantly. Sure enough, Lucas gave a quick wave as he locked up the supply cabinet. She gave a polite nod back before guiding Alina toward the sidewalk. That's when the strap on Alina's tiny backpack slipped. Maya bent to fix it, letting out a sigh she thought no one could hear. "Men don't like single moms," she murmured as she tightened the buckle. Not bitterly, just quietly. A truth she had accepted the way some people accepted allergies or bad luck. But as she stood up, she noticed movement, Lucas turning toward her. His expression shifted like he'd heard something he wasn't meant to. He walked over, his footsteps slow, not hesitant but thoughtful. "What you said," he began, stopping at a respectful distance. "Is that really what you believe?" Maya felt heat rise to her face. "You weren't supposed to hear that." "Maybe not," he said. "But I did." Alina was waving at the artwork table a few feet away. "Mommy, can I get my crown?" "I left it over there." "Go ahead," Maya told her. "I can see you from here." Once Alina scampered off, Maya braced herself. "It's not a big deal," she said, shrugging lightly. "Just something I've learned." Lucas frowned slightly, not offended, but genuinely confused. "From who?" "People," she said simply. "The things they say, the way they act when they find out I have a child. Suddenly I'm a lot. Or not the right time. Or too complicated." She wrapped her arms around herself, the evening breeze cooling her skin. She didn't want sympathy. She really didn't want pity. That was worse than judgment. Lucas studied her face, carefully, not intrusively. "You know," he said slowly, "I think you're giving the wrong men way too much credit." She laughed under her breath. "Maybe. But they're the ones who showed up." "Showed up," he repeated, and then left. "That says more about them than it does about you." Maya didn't respond. She had heard similar lines before, but they always sounded like empty comfort. But something about Lucas's tone was different, quiet, steady, not rehearsed. Alina reappeared proudly wearing her glittery paper crown, glue still drying at the edges. Lucas's face lit up instantly. "Whoa," he said with sincere admiration. "That looks like royalty-level craftsmanship." "It's Sunshine Queen style," Alina explained. "I made it for Mommy to wear but she said I can wear it first." Lucas grinned. "Makes sense. You're definitely sunshine." Alina blushed and hid behind Maya's leg for a second before running toward the car. I'll wait here. Maya turned back to Lucas, suddenly aware of the quiet around them. The families were gone, the lights were buzzing faintly, and her own heartbeat felt too loud. About what you said, he continued softly, you're wrong. She raised an eyebrow. About what? About men not liking single moms. Maya tried to joke it off. Statistically speaking. No, he interrupted gently, humanly speaking. She looked at him, confused and wary. He continued, I've seen you drop everything to help Alina when she gets excited. I've watched you show up to every event even when you look like you're running on 4 hours of sleep. I've watched the way she lights up when she sees you. That tells me everything. This isn't about me being some hero parent, Maya protested. This is just my life. I'm managing. That's the thing, Lucas said. You're managing. And doing it well. That doesn't make you too much. It makes you strong. Maya swallowed hard. Compliments about her parenting always hit differently, both comforting and terrifying. And anyway, he added, shifting slightly as he wiped orange paint from his wrist, a good man wouldn't see a child as a burden. He'd see a family. Something worth respecting. Her throat tightened unexpectedly. She wasn't used to people defending her life choices, especially people who looked like him, who seemed like they had every option in front of them. You make it sound simple, she whispered. Lucas gave a soft laugh. Life's complicated enough. People shouldn't be. Maya had no idea what to say. His words weren't flirtatious. They weren't rehearsed. They didn't feel like pity or some forced gesture. They felt real. Steady. Unexpected. And that scared her more than anything. Alina called from the car, Mommy. Can we go home now? Maya finally exhaled. Yes, sweetheart. I'm coming. She turned back to Lucas. Thank you, for saying that. Anytime, he replied. And Maya? She paused. Don't let other people decide what you deserve. For a moment, she couldn't move. Then she nodded slowly and walked to the car, fastening Alina into her seat. When she glanced back, she saw Lucas still by the curb, not staring, not pressuring, just watching long enough to make sure they were safe before he turned away. For the first time in a very long time, Maya drove home with something new in her chest. Not hope exactly. But the possibility of it.